Keep going. We're letting more viewers know you're live. Invite another creator to co-host and make new friends. Creator to co-host live. Co-host. Maybe I should get on top of the lives and try to join other people's lives. Have you guys been on my lives before? Shout out if you've been to my lives before. I have rain drops as a background noise, but it might turn into commercial, so hopefully that doesn't happen. I'm just spying on my neighbors right now. I'm sure they spy on me too. I have, let me see. This name looks very familiar to me. Shout out if you know me, like in person. Please. Also, let me know if you've been on my live before. My name is Dawn. And I'm trying to get more followers on TikTok. What up, Sam? Hey. Cool, first timer, nice. Welcome. Thanks. It's just like a Barbie pink. Nice to see you guys. My name is Dawn. I've been on TikTok forever, but I got banned and then I had to come back. Not actively. LGBTQ, not actively. But I love the gays, so join my team. What the heck was that? I support everybody, you know what I mean? Like in spirits. But I don't do much like charity or anything. I want to. If I was independently wealthy, I'd probably be philanthropy. I do a lot of philanthropy. Maybe. I'm usually pretty exhausted all the time, so maybe I'd probably rest a lot as well. You don't own me. Oh, it says you don't know me. Can you flow me? Hi, Dawn. I'm Brian from Kentucky, I want to say. KY. Happy birthday, Dream K. So that makes you a Cancer. The crab. Do you have a boyfriend? No, I do not. Crabs like go like this, so they're not very direct. But I have good friends that are Cancers. But I don't talk to them like as much as I probably should. And I had family members that were Cancers, but they're women and they're very different. I feel like men and women zodiac signs are very different. But yeah, I've known a lot of Cancers. Oh, Kentucky. What time is it in Kentucky? I'm not in the US, so I'm probably 6 hours ahead. And it's 8:15 here, practically. This name looks familiar though, so welcome back if you've been here. Welcome back. I was last here on Sunday, so that's pretty good for me. Usually I'm not that consistent, but I'm gonna try to be more consistent. And I think I'm doing pretty good if I say so myself. VR, not sure what VR is. It sounds very familiar though, VR. But I don't play video games at all, so I never have, except for like Tetris. I had very competitive cousins. They were all boys growing up, so they kind of put me off video games, among other things. They were brutal Yeah, I had a brother who ignored me when my cousin came around because he was like very dominant, and so I felt like left out as a the only chick. But anyways, that's old news. What's going on, man? Montez, what's going on? I want to say hi to everybody, I guess, if I can say your name right. Oh, you love sports. Oh, that makes sense. That's why you're asking. I only like solo sports, like surfing and snowboarding. Like extreme sports, I suppose. I love dance. I know that's not always considered a sport, but I love dance. I played golf just because someone I know was obsessed with golf, but I don't really like it. But I can play ish. It's not easy. Every sport is really hard. Like surfing is freaking hard, golf is hard. Look at them. Thank you. Juice, baby. I try to make them glossy. That, by the way, is like a really strong, deep exhale or inhale. I think I do that when I'm nervous. What's going on? It's your boy. Nameless joined. Okay, what's up, Nameless? I was stuck in my room because someone showed up with a lot of stuff, right? And I think they're trying to look for a place, like a permanent place around here. But it's like one of my roommate's friends, and he sort of made himself at home. So he kind of took over the whole main areas. And I'm like, whoa. Like, I guess you have no choice if you don't have a room and stuff, and like you're just temporary here. But like, he's pretty, you know, comfortable. I don't know. I just miss having my own place so much. Like, I didn't realize how important it is to have your own place because you can wear what you want. Every time I try to go downstairs, like, it's like a whole ordeal. Like, I get my laundry basket ready. I get like cups that I've had here ready. And coming back is the same thing. Like, I just get whatever laundry I'm driving back into my bag and make my way over here. This thing is bugging me. I have like zits, you know? Yeah, well, I'm kind of a nervous wreck all the time. I have what they call serious neuroses. I'm neurotic, like, sometimes. I can't help it. Like, even just going downstairs can give me a lot of anxiety. Because I just don't like to... It's so damn hot, right? And I'm wearing, like, skimpy freaking clothes, and I don't feel comfortable. Like, but if I lived alone, it'd be fine. Like, I wouldn't even think about it, right? It's like, I miss those days so much. And then I get neurotic about, like, oh, like, being judged about what I'm eating too. And like there's nothing weird about what I'm eating, yet I'm still neurotic about it. Like, okay, like for instance, let's say it's too late in the day and I'm eating like eggs with toast. I feel self-conscious about like the fact that it's not really a middle of the day food, right? Shit like that. Like it's so bad to be in my brain sometimes. It's so bad. Like I care way too much about every stupid little thing. So, but you know what? I have to say that because sometimes you want to come out here on a live and be like all positive and stuff, but like sometimes your headspace doesn't always align with that concept, and it's better to just be honest. So that's it. What up, Angel? Y'all left already? That was fast. That was fast. What's up, Kev? I hope you guys follow me, and if you don't, please do. That'd be nice. Okay, Bobby, who's a Scorpio. Interesting. Scorpios always like me. Someone asked me if my partner asked, would you ever have a three-way with him and another guy you pick would you be open? I don't know, actually. One time I got tricked into being in a threesome. I used to do crazy shit when I was young. And I was working for this agency, and I kind of felt like I had to without my consent. It's terrible. But yeah, it was bad. I don't Oh God, poor younger version of me. I feel so bad for her. I don't know. Sometimes you have to be mentally prepared for these things, right? It's like, and you're not. Ooh. One time, this guy wanted me to just come over to watch, stuff, right? And that's all he said he wanted. That's it, just to watch. And because he said that, like, I was already like prepared just to go watch, right? And of course, he said he'd help me, whatever, blah blah blah. And then when I got there, like midway, he's trying to get like physical, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, didn't you say what you said, right? And then he goes, what, are you on your period or something? Like, he's so mad. And I'm like, dude, like, no, I'm not. But you told me. Man, like, headspace is so important. People don't understand that. Headspace is so important. And I've been in situations where I've had to like be with people that I was like, that I kind of hated, if that makes any sense. Or like, imagine your worst argument ever, right? And then you gotta sleep with them after that. I mean, that's the biz, right? I mean, terrible. Oh, I got 12 messages? Okay, let's see what everybody said. Hopefully nothing terrible. Thanks for the follow. Cool. Virgo, okay. I had a Virgo come on not too long ago. He was pretty nice. Oh my God, what's going on, Mikey? How's Queens? I love all your videos. They make me laugh. You're a good actor. Are you still here? I know who you are. I watch your videos. I met you one time and I still know who the hell you are. Just because your videos are so funny. By the way, they don't have stores that are anywhere near as good, like discount stores. No. I miss those kinds of stores. Yeah, I'm trying to get more followers and stuff. How many followers do you have? You have like 1 million, don't you? I mean, damn, this is not easy. I'm trying to take it more seriously and stuff. And I was watching this other podcast about a guy who all he does is content, right? And I don't know, he makes it sound like it's so easy to just, get loyalty or whatever. You're now at 22.6K. That's intense. Maybe I can join your live sometime so you can help me. That'd be great. I mean, I'm sure everybody asks you the same thing, Yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you have YouTube as well, by the way? I wonder. Oh, you do? Oh, that's so cool. What do you talk about? Stuff that Yeah. But you're definitely like way more savvy than I am. I could tell. Like, you kind of know what you're doing more than I do. So that's the first thing I asked you. I remember I asked you like, how do you do it? What's up, man? What's going on? Si me sigues, te sigo. Sigo yo te sigo. There's a song, you're talking about go live? It's like when you're gonna post a video, you instead do a live. It's on the same setting. There's a Spanish song that's also a French song, but there's no English version. And apparently the French version is Travel, but the song is like Wella, 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 right? That means fly away, right? Fly away. It doesn't mean travel, but the one in French, they say travel, travel. I don't know French, but someone explained that to me. And then I was like, well, how would you say it in Italian? And then they said travel and it didn't go. And then I was like, okay, we'll say fly away. And I think they said something like volvi, volve, volve. And it totally worked better. It's funny how I just interrupt myself. Haha, no fam. I mean, gain that traction. Yeah. Gain the traction for sure. Yes. The Virgo's still here? Why do you Virgos cut people out of your life? Well, I mean women. Cut women out of your life. What's that all about? I've been cut off from Virgos before. It's like you don't exist. What's that song? Somebody I used to know. Somebody I used to know. So you guys have style, though. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. You guys got style. Yeah, you guys really have good fashion sense. This podcaster that I watched, she was talking about being an aesthetic consultant, and she could totally do it. She knows everything about styling. It's insane. No, it is personal, actually. It's usually like after a breakup this happens. Like you just stop existing. I know other signs do it too, so I don't want to just single you out, but it's just extra cold or something, like extra cold. But once again, I'm not talking about female Virgos, because female and males are very, very different. My mom is a Virgo and my stepmom's a Virgo, and they're nothing like the people I've dated who are Virgos. So, except for the worrying all the time parts, that aspect doesn't go away with both sexes. Why did somebody ask me if I supported LGBT? Like, what's that all about? Late night vibes. I gotta adjust because oh, hey man, we're just talking about you. There's another Virgo here. We were just talking about you. I was like, oh, you follow me now? You didn't follow me then? I'm a Pisces. We're supposed to be like compatible, Pisces and Virgos. But I haven't had the best experience, and that's what I was telling this other guy. But I know. I was just talking about you. I was like, oh, there was a Virgo on my live last time. Yeah, I'll tell you what this guy said to me, and this is what stuck in my head forever, and it's not good, so be ready. Trigger alert, at least for me. I was like, I basically, like, okay, so I don't like people who smoke cigarettes, right? So I broke up with him because I couldn't handle the cigarettes. Like, I thought I could, and then I couldn't. I felt sick and dizzy, right? And so I kind of just said, you know what, I can't do this. And then, you know, it blew up really, really bad. And then I said something along the lines, like during the argument, like my person would love women, like would not be, you know, someone who thinks less of women or whatever. Because like there was some jabs that basically put me in a really bad light, like just as a woman or whatever. I don't know. And I just said something like, my person would not do that or something. And he said something like, you're not going to find that person. Like he kind of implied that with that they don't exist or something like that. He's like, good luck finding a guy who likes women or loves women or something like that. And like he meant it like to be hurtful, right? And then I was like, all I said, like when he said that, like it stuck in my head for sure, but all I said was something like, I guess I'll be single. Like that was my response to that. But it freaked me out. It definitely freaked me out that he said that, you know? Especially during this time, he had like a friend with him. And who knows what the hell they were saying about me when his friend was around. But like with the friend, it made it worse. Like the misogyny was like at its peak, you could say, because the guy he was hanging out with, his friend, was basically there on vacation to like complain about his wife. Like those were his words. I'm here to complain about my wife. Oh God. Oh God. So anyways, this really happened. I know that sounds nuts, but I mean, some things you just don't get over, right? You just don't get over. So I don't know if I'll ever date that sign again. I hate to say. Oh God. You know, is there a sign that you'll never date again? I'm sure there is. I mean, I can't be the only one that's written off a sign before. Maybe not. Maybe not. But there was another comment that he made about it, like where he was like, that it is related to being a Virgo because, like I said, they cut you off, and so he said he was defending his friend first and foremost because he made it known to me that he was gonna keep his friend in his life, and that I was sort of in and out, and then that was another layer of like of putting me in a category, right? Putting me in a category, and then I guess his boys in another category, like because they're friends, like for real friends. He was gonna stay in his life, so he's defending his friends. I don't know, the whole thing. You had to be there, I guess, but yeah. No, I know people don't look at signs when they look at this, but I do because I want to recognize like the patterns of people so that I know what I'm dealing with in a way. And this cutting people off is a pattern for Virgos. I've noticed in my life. But you tell me if I'm wrong. You tell me. He said because I'm a Virgo at the end of the conversation walked off. No, he didn't say that. Let's not mock the astrology, okay? You don't have to agree, but come on. What's up, Chevy? What's going on? Ow, my foot fell asleep, so I have the fan right up on me because I can't breathe. Yeah. What up, Lewis? Well, at least I made you laugh. Juice. I made you laugh. Okay. if my only goal in life, right? So what did you guys do today? I had a lot of correspondence to do today. A lot of corresponding. I had a dream that I was hoping was real. When I woke up, I realized it was not. I guess it's better than a nightmare, though. And then, and then the guy that's staying here, like, he was okay, I guess, at first. You know, like, it was nice talking to him and stuff. But then I think people just, you know what it is? Okay, here's another thing. I think guys are used to Like fawning? Like fawning, I guess. I don't know. Because I get the sense that he's wondering why I'm not like pursuing him or something. Maybe not. But I'm like, well, I talked to you yesterday. Like, that's what I'm thinking, you know? I'm like, we had a nice conversation yesterday. Like, it can end at that, can't it? I'm introverted, okay? Like, I don't have to talk to everybody every single day, right? I don't know. So was it long before? Oh, is that happens, I heard. Yeah, that happens. Yeah. There's a guy here from Kentucky. I didn't know I could reach the South. You know? I wonder what that's like. Kentucky. Probably looks like the rest of America. Like the America I don't really care for is like the highways and like gas stations and stuff for miles and miles and miles. Like, I'm not into that, you know? It's kind of depressing. Oh, you're going? Are you leaving? Someone wrote about their dinner reservations. Like, what does that have to do with this with this live? Are you guys all friends or something? Like, fill me in. Fill me in, because I have no idea. So your name is not Adam, but it's Adan? Adan? Like, what's your nationality? Oh, sorry. I get asked where I'm from all the time. So I'm sure you can figure that out. Like, bio. I guess I'm tired of these questions. Latino. Oh, you know what? You know what? Just Jordan. It's not 6 o'clock here. It's 8 o'clock here. 8:37. So yeah. Where do you live? I'm assuming you're in the United States, right? You're so crazy. I'm from Texas. Okay, so I taught this guy that lives here too, like how to speak Southern, because he likes to do accents, right? I don't know why. Like, to be funny, I guess. Some people want to be like actors, so they want to learn accents. So I was like, I forget what I said. Something like, "Cause your kind ain't welcome here." Is that good? "Cause your kind ain't welcome here." Like, when he said it though, it was so good. Like, it was just random, freaking random. He's like, "I'm from Tennessee." Oh, you're from DC, okay. The capital. I've been to DC a few times. I had a sister that went to Georgetown. She went to Georgetown, so I was there a lot. Back when she went. Some of you do. I know my relatives did. I had relatives that were from Texas, and they talk like that, you know? But I think it's cute, so if that was offensive, it wasn't supposed to be. It's a snore, huh? I like the Lincoln Memorial the best, probably. It's just grand. It's big and it's better than the White House. The White House is just underwhelming, you know? I had a really bad time in DC one time because my dad, he's blind, right? And something terrible happened. Like, it was one of those things where it was a slow reaction. And we were at the White House and they were doing the sprinklers, you know, like the sprinklers go around in the White House. And out of instinct, everybody moves, right? To not get wet. And my dad fucking stood there and it was fucking horrible. Like, I almost cried. I probably did cry, to be honest. But it's like, I forgot. I felt very responsible. Like, I forgot to like grab him. I mean, we all did. I was with my family, but it was freaking terrible. Like, I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. It's horrible. He's had a lot of problems like that, like where he's run into bushes and branches and like tear his face apart. Oh, he ran into something like a crane, like those things that, the things that tow your truck. He ran into one of those things, man. Unbelievable. You know, like to be in South Central, he had a dog, and his dog, well, at the time, the dog passed, right? But the dog at the time, like, kind of loses its training. Like, it's not as well trained as it when you first get a blind dog, right? It's pretty trained pretty well, but then I guess it loses its memory or something, and so the dog stops being useful, you know. So it's like extra dangerous. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know if you guys ever had anybody, you know, be blind, but it's not easy, especially when you're not born blind. Oh, because I'm down to earth, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. You know. I mean, I'm talking to you about all this stuff, you know, life, basically. So why not talk to me, right? What up, Curry Mix, Bear? What part of Texas? I've been to Houston. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure. You difficult R? What? I had what's it called? The crawfish. So good. So damn good. I love how they just give you a whole bucket of crawfish. They have seafood here too, and I'm sad to report that I haven't really got into it yet because I've been grocery shopping, saving money. So, but eventually, when things level out, yeah, that's all I did in Texas, I think. I don't think I did much. Like, what did I do? Like, I saw, like, downtown. I forget. I was with a guy who was in the oil business, and he was consulting. He did consultant jobs for the oil because he got out of it or something, and then he lived in Ventura, California, and had a boat all the way in Cabo, right? And he'd make a lot of money, I think. I don't know, but he would always like be devastated or complain or something, like be really down about all the money he would spend on the boat. Like his boat was basically killing him. Like, I don't know if it was rust or some issue. There's always a problem with the stupid boats. And he loved that boat because I think he loved Cabo. And when he went to Cabo, I think that's where he'd stay, is in the boat. And he would just whine about his boats. So like it was draining him financially. I don't get it. But maybe not. Like, you know, more money, more problems, right? But like, I can't imagine what that's like. Like, to be honest, he had like a Bentley. Okay, are you kidding? And then he also spent a lot of time at those country clubs. He had like 2 memberships. He had a membership at this golf one, and then he had a membership in like a yacht club. Because as long as you own a boat, you can be at a yacht club, I guess, even though the boat technically wasn't in California. But he would be there all damn day just getting wasted. And so I'd have to drive his Bentley home so he wouldn't crash it, you know? I don't get it. And so when you come, I have to show you around. Oh, I lost connection again. And when I try to repost these and I lose connection, it's I didn't really like spending time with him because he'd always remind me of this one girlfriend that he had who was like a 10 out of 10, he'd always say. And my imagination, like, I don't know the girl, right? But I don't need to be compared to some woman I've never met. Like, I don't know why guys do this. Like, I think it's one of those like what's it called? The Game. You know that book, The Game? It's just one of those tactics, right? That just doesn't. It's called, what is it called? Negging. I think it's called negging. Cool, I get a rose? What's the rose mean? I don't think I can get gifts yet. I have to get to 1,000 to get gifts. So I wonder what that means. But I like the rose. You know, I made money on Instagram and I can't even get it because something, I don't know what the problem is. But that's pretty stupid, right? But anyways, he'd always talk about this girl and it just made me feel, ugh, yeah. And I've had that happen to me a few times, like where people will talk about their ex and they'll say stuff like the most beautiful girl they've ever met. And I'm like, I don't know. It's the worst thing to say, honestly. Like, I feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot saying shit like that. I don't know. They could mean it, though. They could still be in love with their ex, is probably what's happening. But, like, keep it to yourself, maybe? I don't know. I'm new too, but you're cute. New to what? TikTok? I know. Wait, you're new to TikTok? What were you doing before TikTok? Something about data. Oh, you're new to Instagram too? I know a lot of people refuse to be on social media, but I think those days of like being under the radar, they're over. Like, you kind of have to just conform. Like, I know that it's probably not your favorite thing, but it's not really impressive anymore when you don't have it. It used to be, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. So I have Instagram too. I need to start posting on Instagram. I need a lot of things. Supposedly I'm supposed to post on Twitter 3 times a day, and I can barely get to one post. There's so much to do. There's like a million things to do. And then I spoke to an agency yesterday because I had to get rid of my management, right? And they don't sound promising, to be honest. They take a lot from you, a huge cut. The more you make, the more they take. Makes no logical sense, except for the fact that it's like, I guess it's because they can, maybe? I don't know. Ugh. So it makes me want to just do all the work myself in a way. But I know what that's like too. And I'm like, ugh. But it's just like, I'm not super comfortable with people starting new accounts. Like, basically they'd start a new Instagram, a new TikTok. They were hacked. See, that's what freaks me out. They're telling me that they're going to start a new account this, new account that. And I'm like, I don't think my face needs to be around different accounts, because that could be an excuse to ban my legitimate accounts, you know? And I already did the whole new account thing with the other guy. So I don't know if I want to do it again, you know? And I also don't know if I want to do stuff, like, what's it called, delegate? I don't know if I want to delegate, if I can do it myself in a way. I know that sounds I don't know the word I'm looking for, but what's up, Mechi? So I got 2 people on, that's it? This is the worst time of day to come. Yeah, I got banned too. It is the worst. Oh, you got hacked though. Hack is different than being banned. I love all the roses, but I wonder if it means anything. Yeah, my friend got hacked too. She got hacked. She had to post on her Facebook, like, block and reports, and Facebook has done nothing. She said nothing, and this has been going on forever. So they even like pose as like friends. I don't know. It's too much. So somebody from what? Oh my god. Oh, oh. So dramatic. So wait a minute. They hacked you and stole money somehow? That's lame. Can you explain what happened? There's so many clever ways to do that, right? It's intense. Oh, cool. Good for me. I wonder if the settings have changed. Do you buy all that stuff like ahead of time and then you just distribute it? That's so cute though, right? Like, I love technology. Like, you can give a virtual rose now. Like, you don't have to go out to the store and buy one. That's cute. I love flowers. My last name's Flowers. It means flowers. People don't know that though. I don't know why. It seems obvious to me. Dawn Flowers. Hey Don, do you know why the iguana couldn't please his girlfriend? I'm already laughing. Andy Jax. He had reptile dysfunction. That's good. I like that one. It's not offensive. I heard one that was silly too, but I don't remember it now. They're so funny though. Jokes. Couldn't please his girlfriend. He had reptile dysfunction. Hilarious. Do you have more? Hilarious. I'm like waiting for more. Well, that's perfect flower for a flower. Thanks. Yeah, I'm under the umbrella of all flowers. Where I live, there's like a national flower, I think. I think it's carnations, I want to say. And carnations get a bad rap. They're like filler flowers, but I think they're pretty. But there's like all kinds of flowers here. It's stunning. I picked a good place to live. I'm in Europe. I used to live in New York. And I used to live in LA and Seattle. So I've lived in the States, but not anymore. And then this guy told me all about like the visas that I have to deal with. And I probably should have done it before I left, but I didn't think it's gonna be a headache no matter what. There's like a few options. Like number one would be like the digital nomad visa, but he told me that it's very costly. He says the background check is like intense, I guess. He told me that he went to like all these police stations to get fingerprints and something, I forget what he said, but that's a nightmare. He made it sound like a nightmare. He said the health insurance part is the easiest. He said he got one for like $20 a month or something, which ain't bad. Confusing, but I mean, I believe him. It's his experience. He says he's been through the whole thing. The other option is taking language courses because they're free, which I would totally do because I could improve my vocabulary for sure, or I could learn the Catalan language. And then the other option, which I don't think would work for me, like I think something about the fact that my dad is from El Salvador and something about colonizing or blah blah blah, but I think he's a US citizen. He became a citizen of the United States, and I don't think he has two citizenships. He might though, but I don't really want to talk to my dad. Like, we're not talking right now. Not for any particular reason. I'm just tired. That's it. Nothing bad. I'm sure he takes it really bad, but I can only do so much. I can tell you're mixed. You look half fine and half mine. These probably work, huh? They definitely work. Yeah, Seattle in the summer is nice. Lake Chelan is nice. Where'd you go? The sound? The sound is nice. Yeah, that was a good one. This guy's clever. So clever. Jay Saved by God's Grace joined. That's funny. By God's grace. By the grace of God. So, did you guys find me on the live section? Or are you guys my, do you guys look at my videos and stuff? I haven't done much content, but I'm going to. I've been focusing on my OF content. They're so different. Like one, yeah, they're all very different. Like vlogs versus what you'd post on Instagram. I would say Instagram is mostly fashion, if I were to just put it in one word. And then Instagram, no, not Instagram, TikTok is more fun because it's like videos. So that could be anything. It could be like trends. Trends are fun depending on what they are. Music's tough though because sometimes I hate the song choice, so I won't do the trend if I don't like the song. And then songs I like aren't popular, so it's just for my own pleasure really, because I'm not gonna get any traction or anything like that. But videos are more fun than stills. But and then the other one, OF, is basically just like look as hot as possible. I don't know. Yeah. It's come to the point like where you don't want to look that. You don't want to look like that on your like bikini pics and stuff like on your Instagram. You kind of don't even want to put it there anymore because I don't know. I'm not sure why. Because I guess I want to be like, what's it called, multifaceted? I don't know. I don't know. Yes, what? Yes, what? So I wonder how long I've been on. Your name looks familiar to me too. John Gilliam. Did you guys hear the rain sound? There's a scene from Sex and the City where he's like, "You always smell like the rain," and then he drops his pants. It's like it's so artistic, like saying something super poetic and then getting naked. It's like art. I love how art doesn't make any freaking sense. I love that about art. You can say the most like romantic expression and then drop your pants and call it art. It was like theater. It was theater. Sex and the City. You guys ever watch She's All That? That's funny too. The performance art. He comes out. I forget what he says, but it's fucking funny. He was like, he just comes out in his underwear and he's like, "My card's a Ford." I forget. "My soul is something and my card's a Ford." It's something crazy like that. I love art. It's just completely abstract. So, oh cool, I got followers. Amazing. Nick Pledger. I pledge allegiance to the Nick. Okay, so Juan Mendez joined. Awesome. Oh, you know where you're from? You're from where Beyonce's from. And Selena. I've always wanted to see the Selena museum. There's a guy here, by the way, who doesn't know Selena. Like, he doesn't know the Smiths. I sent him music, but I don't think he listened. So I'll stop doing that. I get really excited sometimes and I send people stuff, but then I realize that they don't want to be spammed. They don't want to be spammed. So I try to put that in check. I used to be a lot worse, actually. I used to be like, you gotta do this. You gotta try this. And then I realized people don't like that. I'm like, okay, well, I better just keep to myself. You know, that's it. I think I know you because you told this joke before. Unless you found it from some other person's live. Mogus flip. T Mogus flip. You always smelled like the rain. Tulsa? You're from Tulsa? Bigger, better grades. Yeah, so I forgot to mention, because I said this in my last live, that I wasn't dating. But I'm not dating because I think I'm not supposed to as well. Like, it's actually something, not horoscope necessarily, even though it might be horoscope. It actually is horoscope, but I don't look at it that way. It's just sort of like a daily thing. Oh my god, I just realized it's a horoscope. But it's so accurate though, because it's based on your birth chart, right? Not just your, that's what it is. Horoscopes are usually based on just one aspect. And horoscopes you're told to look at your sun sign horoscopes, and then there's people that'll tell you, oh, look at your rising sign for the horoscopes. And I forget why. At the time, there was a reason, and I remember thinking it made sense, but I forget now what that reason is. But this app that I use is for your entire charts, and it's pretty accurate. And it said stuff that happened, like that Virgo I was talking about. Like, the reason why that was so traumatic, because it was, is because I wasn't really supposed to be with anybody at that time. Or if I am, it's going to be something that will that'll feel it'll feel intense and not always good, you know? So that's kind of what happened. So I'm going to stay away from dating because I don't think it's in my best interest. So that's it, you know? It's like, anyways. So what it said, it especially says don't move in with anybody, period. Just don't do it. Yeah, so won't do that. What up, Braid? That berry boy. Thanks for the follows, guys. I'll try to do lives as much as possible. You know, talk about anything and everything. Yeah. No, there's things about living with people that are difficult, that no one talks about. Like there was a guy who I wasn't even dating, but I stayed with him temporarily, and he loved watching those crime shows, man. And I had just come from Hawaii, and I didn't have like the best experience. So the last thing I needed to hear was crime shows in the background. I was already like kind of going through some trauma. I don't know. Something about Hawaii like made me go back to how I used to behave in childhood, which is like being very mute, not saying a damn thing, and walking on eggshells, right? And that's what I used to do as a kid. And so so if I had known not to live with anybody at that time, I would have followed that, because it's unpleasant when you're not confident or you're not comfortable in your own skin, and then you have to live with somebody and then communicating is really tough during those times, because I'd have something to say, and then the minute I open my mouth, I just start crying, like tears, because the conversation itself is difficult. To get the words out, it's difficult, right? So I don't know. There was something about like the lamp being not working, and he had a tone about the lamp not working, and I had to tell him that I didn't like that, and that was like the hardest. It was like lifting, like, I don't know, 300 pounds, 500 pounds, just to say, I don't appreciate how you talk to me. Like, that's very difficult to say. I don't know. Yeah, tell me about it. It's not easy to gel with people that aren't similar. Yeah. And even it wasn't even just the crime shows, it was also the volume of the crime shows. Like, I don't have to listen to music. Well, maybe music, yeah, music is fine, the louder the better, but like when you're watching a series or something, it doesn't have to be all loud. Like, so you really have to be compatible with somebody to live with them, like really compatible, because otherwise you're fucked. Like, even temperature, like, I think they started making beds that are more temperature friendly. Like, one side can be different than the other side. And then they make cars that are different temperatures too, right? For like the man and the woman, or the passenger and the driver, right? Because I would argue with people about temperature in the past too. Like, people who I thought like loved me, right? I really thought they loved me. Maybe not loved, but loved me enough. How's that? Loved me enough to care about my temperature, but they never did. They were always like putting their own needs first. I guess everybody does that, right? But I don't know. I didn't feel right about that. I remember. Like, it made me feel insecure about the relationship if they didn't care about me. I guess I didn't care about them and their temperature. Relationships are very hard. What can I say? James Allen, 1957, shared the live. Cool. Thanks for sharing the live, man. I think I know you, actually. Weren't you in my, I met you in Santa Monica, right? Oh, yeah. I think I do know you. Dwayne Blevins, 13. If you guys do know me, let me know, because long time no see. You know. Yeah. Santa Monica, she fills my bed with gasoline. You ever heard that song? It's the Santa Monica Everclear song. Joe Don joined. What up, Joe Don? That's my name, Don. Someone made a koala bear joke the other day, and then on the podcast that I listened to, they told me that koala bears don't drink water, and that the eucalyptus is like poison for most mammals or other animals and stuff, but that the eucalyptus leaves has water, so that's all they have is poison leaves with water, or like liquid, and that's what koala bears eat. That's crazy, right? Just to be like eating poison. But what about the panda bears? Don't they eat like leaves too, or something? No, it's just I have roommates, so I have a sound machine, and they have options. Like, there's stations for sound machines on YouTube, and you could put white noise or black and white noise, or I forget what it's called, white noise, focus for 10 hours straight or sleep for 10 hours straight. They have rain. They have airplane. Like if you want to simulate like what it's like to be on a jet plane, it'll have like back being conscious of what I'm wearing, which I hate. And I'm always self-conscious about what I look like. Like I don't like, what's up, Zeta? She left though. Damn. Wow. So I gotta go. What's up, Zeta? Do you miss me already? I'm no longer in New York. I knew you'd miss me. What's it like over there? I heard it's hot as hell. Yeah. Tell everybody hello for me. Really appreciate it. You know? Yeah. I miss you guys too, but guess what, dude? Guess what? Yeah, it's hot as fuck, right? Guess what? I've saved so much money on laundry. Like, so much money. It's so nice. I do laundry, like, practically all the time, right? Practically. Because I sweat through everything I wear, basically. So it's been so nice not having to deal with laundry bills. Because in New York, guys, if you live in, like a fancy schmancy neighborhood, you're spending like $40 on laundry. It's pathetic. Anyways, but I'm leaving my live, but I'm glad you came. All right, guys. Peace out.